Hello everybody and welcome back to Italy, round 16 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. This time around at this triple header at Trentino, it is the MXGP of Garda, and we are all set and ready to go for MX2 Race 1. Slightly earlier time than usual because the winter clocks have been put back 1 hour for daylight saving hours. Either way though, we're getting ready to go racing. Maxime Renaux continues to lead the championship. He's 87 points clear of his teammate Jago Geerts, with Tom Vialle now 16 points behind the Belgian. And we've got Guadagnini and Jed Beaton rounding out the top 5. Cool day today, 12 degrees. We're still waiting for the sun to wake up. And the racetrack here got rained on last night. It was watered overnight and this morning as well, but it's holding up pretty good. And the MX2 riders getting ready to take it for a spin. Here's a flat plan. Obviously, if you've been with us since Sunday at the first of our triple headers, you know gradually they've made some changes. The first today is going into turn 2. They've elongated the bank, going in deeper into that second turn to hopefully utilize the wider line. And then coming back from the top hairpin, as it is now on the top of the screen, through that right-left. We have coming out of the hairpin, we've got a double and a step up going back down into the valley. They're the only sort of new changes. Hasn't really affected the lap times too much, but just something to try and keep it interesting and fresh as we get prepared to round out the third installment of this Trentino triple header at the Ciclamino circuit Pietramarata. We've been coming here actually since 1958. Since then we've had 28 winners in total, and there'll be 2 more riders added to that list today. But before we go anywhere, let's take a quick look around the racetrack as it is now with Thibaut Beneston from Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MX2. On board with Thibaut Beneston, then down the start straight through that quick left over the foxhole shot line and into turn 2. The bank on the right hand side a little bit longer now, so we go deeper into that first turn. Hopefully the riders will utilize that bank. Dropping away on the exit over the Monster Energy finish line. And as we come into land, we're still into turn 3. Look how those braking bumps form. This was done yesterday at the end of the 125 and 250 European Championship races. Look how polished, hard and slick the ground is underneath that loose dirt. We should get plenty more of this as well. Deep ruts to the insides. And then as we turn left here, riders have been doubling down there, but not so much today. The long straight into the bottom right-hander. As we head back up the hill, we have the end of the first intermediate sector, so from finish line just to the base of the jump. Into Cairoli corner, over Scrub Hill, and then into the Monster Energy tabletop. This jump was extended for Wednesday. The waves still remain here, so you can double in through there, double and double towards the end of the straight. There's that double on the exit, look. You can go wide to the outside, double the jump from that outside line. So that will switch things up a little bit. And then as we head right through here and then left, they've lowered that single to the inside ever so slightly, but we've now got this new step up here. So again, if you don't get good drive or if you go too tight, you might just find it difficult to make it all the way over the crest. Heading uphill, this is where we had handlebars and handbags thrown between the 2 French riders on Wednesday. But as we drop back down again, Sector 3 coming to an end just about now on the plateau. And then it's Sector 4 all the way to the finish line. No major changes through here. You can go outside or inside. You've got this little scrub jump here as well over the city double. Takes us back behind pit lane, as you can see. Don't be surprised if there's 1 or 2 passes going on in this corner, although today that was quite deeper than it was on Wednesday and yesterday, of course. But that's a lap as we go through the final turn and back into turn 2. And the atmosphere really starting to build now. We've got chainless chainsaws with ridiculously loud megaphones on them as well. But before we go anywhere, let's catch a word with Lisa. A few moments ago, she was talking to Rockstar Energy Husqvarna's rider from Australia, Jed Beaton. And before that, a rider who had a very good time practice today, F&H Kawasaki's Mikkel Horup.
We are almost ready for the third and final GP here in Pietramarata, the MXGP of Garda. But as always, let's have a quick chat with some of the guys lining up here with the MX2 category. I'd like to speak to F&H Kawasaki's Mikael Harrup. Mikael, super fast in time practice. Your best result so far, I think you were second. Feeling good out there this morning, clearly.
Yeah, I felt good already from the beginning off. We tried a few things during the practice and it paid off, I felt like. So during the time practice, I managed to do even 3 very quick times, all within the same second. So yeah, I felt very great, and yeah, looking forward to the first race.
What were you trying differently in the time practice?
We changed some tires from Dunlop, and I feel like we did improve on that. So so hopefully we can continue improving the next few races, and yeah, that would be good.
Good luck for the final GP here. Thanks, Mikael. Let's now speak to Rockstar Energy Hispana MX2 rider Jed Beaton. Jed, despite some really good riding here over the past 2 GPs, it did look like you couldn't really find your mojo in time practice. Lining up gate number 16, is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's all good. I mean, sometimes you just don't find a flow on the track. I feel like today the track, each round has gotten harder and harder, like base to it. So yeah, I didn't feel that comfortable out there this morning, but I mean, the track was pretty even for everyone and not very rough. So I mean, a lot of guys are all around the same time. So yeah, I think I just struggled in that half. Like, I actually didn't feel too bad riding and stuff like that, pretty free. So yeah, I'm not too stressed about it. Just looking forward to the races now.
I mean, this is the 3rd GP you guys have had here. I mean, how many races you've done? You know the track well. It's familiar to all the riders. Does that make you feel more confident going out there, more familiar with it, knowing what to expect, or is that not the case?
I mean, it's always different, the track, whenever we ride it. It's never the same 2 times in a row. So yeah, I mean, like I said before, the track's just gotten harder and harder the whole week since we've been here. So yeah, they've changed a few little jumps and stuff, but all in all, it's pretty much the same. And yeah, I'd say everyone, I don't know, I think that the 2 races at one track's nice, but 3 is maybe a little bit too much. But yeah, it's the same for everyone, and I'm looking forward to the races.
Okay, have a good GP.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck, Jed. Okay, good luck to all the guys. It's time for MX2 Race 1.
Riders are back down there behind the gate, getting ready to go to the line. They've been out on their sighting lap. They're now back, and the crowd are in as well. Full house today. That's the view from the back. I wonder how many riders are going to be using scoop tyres today, or are they going to be using the traditional? That looks a little bit scoopy, and that's for the start. So Guadagnini definitely going for a scoop tyre there. Will it propel him out at the start? Because by all accounts, Tony Cairoli ran one on Wednesday, and he got an absolute flyer. Here's how the championship looks then. Maxime Renaux, 87 points clear of his Monster Energy Yamaha teammate. The Red Bull KTMs of Tom Vialle and Mattia Guadagnini are next. Vialle, 16 points behind Jago. Guadagnini, 17 behind his teammate. Then we've got Jed Beaton, 21 adrift of the Italian. Then we've got Rene Hofer, Thibaut Beniston, Kaido Wolf, Ruben Fernandez, Simon Langenfelder, rounding out the top 10. And then the rest of the guys there, as you can see, Isaac Gifton gained a position. So too did Andrea Adamo when we were here on Wednesday. The calm before the storm. The riders preparing to go to the gate. Let's take a look at what happened in time practice, shall we? It was a chilly day and an early start as well. 8:30 time practice start, which meant the riders were on track at 8:15 already, getting ready. It rained overnight. They'd watered the track heavily as well, so probably the wettest the track had been since we got here. Not unrideable, but just a little bit different. Maybe a little rips more on top as well. Rene Hofer, your Grand Prix winner here from Wednesday. One of the first to go out, the Red Bull KTM rider eventually coming home in 3rd, just over a second off the pace. The F&H Kawasaki, though, Mikael Harrup, put in 2 or 3 good solid times, all of them below 140, but he was just under half a second down on the eventual pole man. Harrup will go to the line second. Maxime Renaux goes to the line 4th, and Mattia Guadagnini will go behind him alongside him, whichever, and he goes to the line in 5th place. Despite 1 or 2 changes, didn't really improve. And Tom Vialle will have to be content with 6th, but he does whole shot very, very efficiently. So don't be surprised if we see the 28 leading around the first couple of corners. Kaido Wolf goes to the line 8th for Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, but it was Jago Geerts for the 5th time this year, the Monster Energy Yamaha rider on pole. And what can he do from there in the 2 races this afternoon? So here's how the riders line up then for race 1 and race 2 today in the MX2 category, round 16, the MXGP of Garda. Before we go anywhere though, take a look at the progress of Tom Vialle, 3rd in the championship, and Matteo Guadagnini over the last few rounds. Sardinia, look, Tom Vialle in blue, Grand Prix winner. And then look at Guadagnini by comparison. They were very similar by the time we got to France, and then of course Spain. But then Trentino here, you see how Matteo Guadagnini has dropped off the place, but he was quicker and better than his teammate the other day. Vialle did not score in the 2nd race, if you recall. Here's how the riders line up. Jago Geerts on pole for the 5th time this year. He'll go to the line ahead of Mikkel Hart, Rene Hofer, Maxime Renault, the championship leader, Matteo Guadagnini, Tom Vialle, Wilson Todd, and Kaido Wolf. Conrad Mewes goes to the line 9th, ahead of Ruben Fernandez. Simon Langenfelder 11, Bastien Baudam 12, and then we have Adamo, Benistant, Beaton, Brian Sue, Emilio Scuteri, Michael Sandner, Jan Panzer, Peter Pollock, Pierre Goupignan, Isaac Gifting, Giuseppe Tropepi, Filippo Zonta. 31 riders in total. Isaac Gifting lost his best and 2nd best lap time for stopping on the track during a time practice session. Hence why he goes to the line in 22nd place. The 2 Red Bull KTMs and Isaac Gifting on the left, Tom Vialle on the right. 3rd and 4th, or 4th and 3rd respectively, from left to right. 17 points separate them. Tom Vialle, haven't heard anything in terms of how battered and bruised he is after his 2 crashes on Wednesday in race 2. The 2nd one that ruled him out of the race completely. The 1st one where he tagged Maxime Renault going up one of the hills. A couple of 101 fans in there of Matteo Guadagnini. Here's Ruben Fernandez, just applying a little bit of moisturiser there to the eyebrows, boy. The Honda 114 rider from Spain would love to get a good start. He was on pole position here on Wednesday, but struggled for 10th today. But he has been on the podium the last 2 rounds, 3rd overall. Jago Geerts just prepping the goggles. The Yamaha rider going to the line on pole position for the 5th time this season. It's a little bit chilly, a little bit autumnal stroke winterish today. Maxime Renault, a lot going through his mind at the moment as we near the end of the championship. An 87-point advantage as he gets closer to a potential world championship crown. Still a lot of work to do though. 150 points still up for grabs. Kaido Wolf, 8th to the line, 8th in the championship. He'll be looking for a good, solid performance here today. So too will Wilson Todd. Looks like almost everybody is in position. 1 or 2 scoops on there. Look, 1 or 2 traditional tyres. So some people taking the gamble for the heavy start straight as the Fly Racing 15-second board goes up for the first time today. MX2 Race 1 here, the MXGP of Garda. 5-second board has turned. Who's it going to be that grabs that all-important foxhole shot? From the centre of the gate, once again, Tom Vialle, closely followed by Jago Geerts, Rene Hofer. Hofer, though, emerges through the 2nd corner, ahead of everybody else. through the first couple of corners then. Vialle leading the way. Bastien Bodam is in second position. Then we've got the 93 of Jago Geerts in black dropping downhill. Then Vialle is in fourth place, the 28. Fifth at the bottom of the hill. Is that Adamo? Yes, it is. Then Langenfelder just running into the back and then ran the outside, making quick ground. The number 959, the championship leader of Maxime Renault. Isaac Gifting in there as well, or he was when they hit the finish line. Wow, look at that from out of nowhere. And into past Tom Vialle. Maxime Renault, just like he did in race 2 at the start of the race on Wednesday, finds his way past his fellow countryman. Geerts goes down with Bodam. Wow, drama here on the opening lap. Jago Geerts and Bodam out of what were they, second and third. So we'll get a replay of that in a moment. Watch this here. Hoffer out on his own, and then, Bodam just went across the front end of Jago Geerts. They were lucky not to get collected. What happened at the bottom of the hill? Renault just down the inside of Vialle. So Renault now second, Vialle third. Adamo fourth. Or he was. Yeah, Adamo is still there in fourth place. But Maxime Renault just getting his head down here. He's in second position. Tom Vialle in third place. There he is, the number 28. But Rene Hofer has just disappeared. He's 3.8 seconds clear of the rider in black there. Langenfelder is fifth, Fernandez sixth, Beaton 7, Beniston 8, De Wolf 9, Sue 10, Todd, Harp, Sandner, Trepepi, Guadagnini, Zonta, Scuteri, Penza, Muse and Goupion. They're your top 20. Jago Geerts, who was only 16 points clear of Tom Vialle, is out of the points at the moment in 29th place after that opening lap crash. Vialle is sitting in third, which would give him 20 points, so second place would change hands in the championship. As it stands right now. And it might even have an effect on the outcome of the championship as well at the top end, maybe. But Langenfelder and Fernandez finding his way past the German. So Fernandez now up in the fifth place. Charging downhill. Jed Beaton just to the outside of Langenfelder as he looks to cut back on the inside of the Diga Procross Gas rider. Pretty much evenly matched as they hit the face of the jump. Again, Langenfelder just swiftly across the front of the Australian there. One look across, no mirror signal manoeuvre there. Langenfelder over the line in 6, Beaton 7. Just behind them, the 198 of Thibaut Beniston, then Kai de Wolf in 9th. Brian Sue, good start for the German. Wildcarding again today. He's in 10th, just ahead of Wilson Todd. Jago Geerts, meanwhile, up into 24th place. And that's significant because he needs to get into the points. He needs to start picking up points to keep that second place alive in the championship. Far end of the circuit. There's Brian Sue just closing in. So the former junior world champion coming towards us now. Second rider in shot, lead rider in shot. Fending off the number 20 of Wilson Todd, the bike at MTX Kawasaki. And a nervous look over the shoulder from Sue as well. Wants to know exactly who that is alongside him. Goes defensive down the bottom of the hill. And Beaton looks to find his way past Langenfelder. Can he close the door at the bottom of the hill? Well, he tries and he's successful. Beaton now up in the 6th place. as it stands right now, 105 points separate Renault and Vialle in the championship. Beniston under attack from Kai de Wolf. As the Frenchman goes after Langenfelder. There he is in blue, Beniston, having a bright start to race 1. Currently they're in 8th position ahead of Kai de Wolf. These two rookies in the clash, remember. Ah, rider down. Is that Harup? No. Julian van der Weere, 181, just down there side of the track, but there's Harup in the background, the number 11. Still there in 12th position, but Kai de Wolf and Beniston looking to get in and out of that turn early, looks to find a way past Langenfelder, and he does find his way past the German, quickly shuts down the door as well. Kai de Wolf looking for a way through, but Beniston now up into 7th place. Kai de Wolf is going to be stop and start there, not going to get on the gas and retake Langenfelder from there, and he doesn't. Wilson Todd looking for extra drive around the outside there, the number 20, charging down the inside of Kai de Wolf. A bike length shy of making a pass, though. De Wolf trying everything he can to find his way past Langenfelder, tries to get across. German has none of it. But De Wolf does get that inside line perfect. Hanging off the back, they're going to be bar to bar into the left, but it's Kai de Wolf who just makes the pass, hangs on. Kai de Wolf now into 8th place. Oh, and Brian Sue just getting past there by Wilson Todd. Good aggressive move that, so into 10th place. Wilson Todd now going after Langenfelder. Langenfelder taking a little while to settle into this race, it appears. Been caught and passed a handful of times in quick succession. Renee Hoffer continues to lead. Is about 4.5 seconds clear, but Maxime Renault here, a 1:44.0, fastest lap of the race. He's still there in 2nd position. And Vialle just behind him in 3rd. Another couple of seconds further adrift. Oh, this is why they lost a little bit of time, because this happened on the opening lap. Baudin going straight across Jago Geerts. These two had to take evasive action and then defend at the bottom of the hill. Baudin picked himself up. He's in 29th place. Jago Geerts now into 17th position, so he is tied on points at the moment with Vialle in the points chase. Still plenty of time to go, though, to get some points on the board. Fastest rider on track, Rene Hofer, though, 1:43.4 this time around. The only rider to go below 1:44 territory. And 6 seconds clear of Maxime Renault. Keep an eye on Jago Geerts. He was 17th last time around. Is he still there, or is he moving up 16th, 15th place? I think we may have lost Guadagnini as well, because he's dropped down the leaderboard. And a 1 minute, a 1:01 first sector. So we lost Guadagnini. He's dropping down the leaderboard as well. He's out of the points at the moment. So possibly out of the race. Mattia Guadagnini. And what will that do? Well, that will allow Jed Beaton to leapfrog him, possibly. Definitely gives him a bit of a leg up anyway in terms of that 4th place in the overall classification. But Tom Vialle dropping down the hill. Meanwhile, Jago Geerts now up into 16th place. So goes 1 point clear of Tom Vialle in the fight for second position. This is where Vialle crashed for the second time on Wednesday in race 2. Just trying his best to pick up points, it seems. Here is Jago Geerts. Helmet peak, visor smashed when he hit the ground in that crash with Bastien Baudam on the opening lap when they were second and third in the race. Geerts just catching the bank there. Going after Pierre Goupillon and Giuseppe Tropepi. Tropepi on the 223. Just ahead of him on the Millionaire Racing Team Husqvarna. Pierre Goupillon just ahead of him, number 57. So 2 riders lining up in quick succession for Jago Geerts to take advantage of. And Geerts does cut neatly to the inside, finds his way past, I think, Giuseppe Tropepi. Meanwhile, Andrea Adamo in blue. The SM Action. Racing US battery gas rider coming towards us in the blue helmet. Number 80, currently circulating in 5th place at the moment, but Beaton, just a little bit over-exuberant, thought about it, then didn't work out for him. These two fighting over 5th place. Beniston bottom of the hill in 6th. De Wolf, another second further back 7, then Wilson Todd and Langenfelder. So Renee Hoffer down there, but we're going down to Lisa with Marnik before us, I think.
Marnik, we saw Jago Geerts go down at the start. It is a tough race for him. He's currently in 15th. He's on a charge. How do you see this one panning out?
Well, it's a strange feeling because they are 2 teammates who are running for the championship. I will give it to both of them, the championship. But yeah, Jago made a mistake in the first lap with another rider, and he's now 15, I think. Maxim's second, and he's doing good. So I just let it come to me, and we will see what's happening.
Best of luck to the team. Thank you.
17 minutes remain here, plus 2 laps. Guadagnini has a red mark on the timing screen, which signifies he is out of the race. So already a couple of laps ago, 3 laps ago, Guadagnini. So not sure what the problem was, whether it was a crash and then he's just pulled in. Maybe going to recuperate ahead of race 2, but Jago Geerts. Bit early to go mountaineering. But Jago Geerts then still has Goupillon ahead of him, the number 57. Ground very hard on that part of the racetrack where he fell. Mid-air, down the hill, sliding as well. Hard packed, slick, stony, gravelly, rocky, everything you don't want. Conrad Muse going after Brian Sue, picks him off, bottom of the hill. Conrad Muse now up into 11. Right, Jed Beaton having another look at Andrea Adamo. He then messes up the turn, can't get the power down, and Beaton, an easy pass in the end for 5th. Wasn't too worried about his start time, just said the track has got harder and harder underneath as we've continued to race here the last 3 days, or 3 occasions. Just struggled with that, but he said wasn't too concerned. He felt okay out on the track. Felt loose. So all of a sudden, Jed Beaton now in 5th place. Hoffer, though, 8.5 seconds clear at the head of the field after winning his first race in race 2 on Wednesday. Rene Hofer has got the bug, hasn't he, for winning. Sometimes it takes just that one win to unlock the whole process, build the confidence. Geerts still struggling to find his way past Pierre Goupillon. Michael Sandner just ahead of him in 13th, round the top left. Here he is coming towards us. So Sandner on the Race Motorsport KTM. Geerts going inside, has to go defensive. Tries to take the shorter route through as well. This is where he fell on the opening lap, and they went top to bottom down there, him and Bastien Baudin. And he gets good drive, does the Yamaha. Finds his way past, but he's got to go the long way round here. Pierre Goupillon making him work just that little bit harder as he moves up into 14th place. Tom Vialle under pressure from Ruben Fernandez. This is for 3rd place. Fernandez been on the podium the last 2 Grand Prix here, both of them 3rd overall. Looking at taking 3rd position in the race from Vialle if he can. Vialle landing up on the plateau here. Every point vital for Tom Vialle, not just for 2nd in the championship, but potentially if he's to challenge Maxime Renaux going into the final round at any stage. Can't afford to lose more points. He didn't finish race 2 on Wednesday. Hasn't gone with Hofer and Renaux in the early stages of this one. And Ruben Fernandez looking to make a pass as well. He might close off the line on the exit. He does. Uses the bank, but he's got the commanding line at the bottom of the hill. Just needs to be smart. And he is. So Fernandez now up into 3rd. Just getting his head down and getting on with it. So are there some hidden woes that we don't know about for Tom Vialle after those crashes on Wednesday? Well, Fernandez won't care about that. He says, like, yeah, get my head down, get gone. 5 seconds further up the track, Maxime Renaux. See if we can pick off another position and a couple more points, because apparently Beaton is coming. Sure, Fernandez will worry about that as and when that happens, but he crosses the line at the end of lap 10 in 3rd place. Vialle now 4th, Beaton 5th, Adamo 6th, Beniston still there in 7th. Here's Rene Hofer having another training ride. 7.6 seconds clear, although Maxime Renaux did take about 6/10 out of him last time around, but that gap still pretty handy for Rene Hofer. Doesn't even need to take a look across to see where Maxime Renaux is. De Wolf is 8th, Wilson Todd 9, Conrad Muse 10, Langenfelder 11, Brian Sue is 12th, Sander 13, Geerts 14, ahead of Goupillon, Hara, Zonta, Kongos, Harberland and Emilio Scuteri. Capitalising on a good start then. Maxime Renaux, who's had a torrid time here so far. 6th and 8th, 7th and 4th. A couple of prangs along the way. But staying out of trouble so far in this first MX2 race at Garda. Crucially for him, in terms of the championship, he is ahead of both Jago Geerts and Tom Vialle, his nearest rivals in the championship chase. And here is Geerts. He looks like he's found his way past Sander. So up into 13th then. Here's how he did it. Round the outside, Jago Geerts taking no prisoners as he charges through. He needs points. He picks another one off there in the form of Sander. Right, Ruben Fernandez last time around, 1:45.874. Maxime Renaux, 1:45.854. And Rene Hofer, 1:45.293. So 8.2 now the gap between 1st and 2nd. First 3 separated by almost 15.5 seconds. Tom Vialle is just here. And Beaton is closing in on Vialle in 4th place. So the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna rider, there's Adamo, Beniston, Kai de Wolf, looking interested. And they are all lapping quicker than Vialle at the moment. 9.5 minutes plus 2 to go. Wilson Todd not out of that either. He's still there in 9th place. But impressive ride this from Andrea Adamo, currently circulating in 6th place. Best race finish for him if he stays there. Other than that, it's 8th in race 2 here on Wednesday. So Thibaut Beniston goes after the Italian. And Wilson Todd down the inside of Kai de Wolf. This time he's close enough to execute the move. The Australian now up in 8th place. Still got some work to do though, as the Teen Wolf still charges onto the rear wheel of the Kawasaki rider. Holds the defensive line though, does the Aussie. But de Wolf has other ideas. Launched it long, but just runs out of legs at the end of the straight. Watch this. Kai de Wolf going long, but wasn't able to make the move stick. Meanwhile, Thibaut Beniston closing in on Andrea Adamo. He's now bringing Wilson Todd with him. 6th and 11th here on Wednesday for Wilson Todd. And almost down the inside of Thibaut Beniston, who left the barn door wide open there. But you can understand what Jed Beaton was saying. How hard and slick that corner is, this circuit, with all the riding over the last week. Saturday and Sunday with European and World Championship action. Again, Tuesday, Wednesday, and again yesterday and now today. The surface just down to sheet rock now in places. Really difficult to judge. Throttle control absolutely imperative. As Beniston tries to go down the inside of Adamo, lips himself open though. Going to be side by side with Wilson Todd, who may come back to the inside. He does, and he goes for Beniston. Has to pull out the last minute though. Again, these two cross lines, defensive for Beniston, but Todd getting better drive on the upslope. 6th, 7th and 8th working their way towards us now. Bottom of the hill, just behind them, Kai de Wolf just getting dropped. Improvising line there from Wilson Todd, and Beniston tries to get alongside Adamo, who closes the door on the Frenchman. Knack, not now, Wilson. Meanwhile, Beniston is down the inside. Finds his way past Adamo, moves into 6th place. Adamo coming back for more though. Oh, he's fighting for every point, isn't he? Beniston goes the outside route. Gets better drive this time around. No way through for the Aussie. And a mistake there from Adamo. Stays low as well. Beniston will find his way past the Italian. Not efficient through there, and you can see the difference. Adamo able to get in and out of there early, still hanging on to that 6th place. And Kai de Wolf has found his way past Wilson Todd briefly. The Australian fights back though. And Kai de Wolf runs the Aussie up the bank. Takes a look across at Kai de Wolf. Just get back in your cage. Bit of bar banging going on between these two. Wilson Todd having a scrap for every point now. Still hanging on to 8th place at the moment. Adamo and Beniston, you can't take your eye off these 4 riders. Just over 5 minutes remain. These two aren't done yet either. This is for 8th, and just behind them, Conrad Muse getting ready to pounce. De Wolf using the Todd line from a lap ago. Meanwhile, Hoffer continues to lead by 7.7 seconds over Renault Fernandez. Fernandez quicker on track that time around than both the guys ahead of him. Vialle 4th, Beaton 5th. Adamo 6 has the home fans on his side. Closes the door down on Beniston. Wilson Todd having to go defensive because every time he leaves the door open, Kai de Wolf will be down there. So he goes tight in that bottom turn. The Dutchman finds his way onto the rear wheel of the Australian once more. Another bank slamming moment there for Adamo. This time takes a long look across, sees Beniston over on the left-hand side this time. Oh, he loses the front there when he came into land. But Beniston does respond, and he does make the move stick this time around. Beniston now up into 6th place. Slight bobble there for de Wolf. That will allow in the background Conrad Mewse to gain some ground. Well, he tried a lunge there, didn't he? Back marker just interfering with play here. Wilson Todd gaining momentum on the Italian, and he does go down the inside, so 2 positions in the space of a lap lost to Andrea Adamo. Back down in 8th place now. Good ride this from Wilson Todd, the Biker MTX Kawasaki rider. Kai de Wolf, a couple of mistakes on this lap, losing the toe to these 3. Conrad Mewse closing in on him as well in 10th place. The fast start in Simon Langenfelder has faded down to 11th position with 3 minutes plus 2 to go. Su, Geerts, Sandner and Harrop running out the top 15. So Pollock and Marning Appelt there going through. There's your race leader, Rene Hofer. 6.5 seconds clear now. There's his teammate, Tom Vialle, still circulating in 4th. Wilson Todd just setting the fastest first sector of the race, but Lisa's getting ready to talk to KTM.
Valentina, firstly, just tell me at the moment, Tom Vialle is in 4th. How's he feeling after his crash on Wednesday? He doesn't seem like his usual self.
No, unfortunately, last Wednesday he crashed twice, and the second crash was pretty bad. So he hurt his foot that he hurt already in Continental, so now he hurt it again, and of course he has quite much pain. Plus his arm, plus he has a big bruise on the side. Of course, all 3 things together that don't help. But you know, Tom is very strong and doesn't give up. So I'm pretty sure you put all yourself, and yeah, let's hope you can finish both races in a very good position.
A positive for the team, though. Rene Hofer is now leading. He's led the whole race, clearly riding with confidence after his GP victory.
Yeah, Rene, it took a while before he really exploded, let's say, and he did explode, and then we won the podium, and then last week he won the GP, and now it seems to have got a lot of confidence, and this for sure helping a lot to fight, to be in front, and to feel strong.
Thanks, Valentina. Thank you.
Rene Hofer continues to lead. His gap 6.6 seconds over Maxime Renault now. He was 2/10 quicker than the Frenchman, but the fastest rider on track out of the top 3, once again by a second, was Ruben Fernandez. A 1:45.6 for the Spaniard. The Honda 114 rider clearly loving his time here in the Dolomites. Oh, Conrad Mewse, while we're in that interview, is now up in the 9th place. So he was closing fast on Kai de Wolf. He's now moved himself into 9th. And he's closed right in on Andrea Adamo as well. So Conrad Mewse now into 9th, de Wolf into 10th. Vialle has been caught by Jed Beaton. Beaton going after 4th place here. Two laps to go. Rene Hofer over the line, a 1:47.012 that time around. It's less than 6 seconds now, the gap between 1st and 2nd. Conrad Muse all over the back of Kaido Wolf, having dispatched of Adamo. In fact, they've both found their way past Adamo, haven't they? Adamo's made a mistake, so Muse is back behind De Wolf. So De Wolf now 8, Muse 9, and Adamo 10. So those two going back and forth at the moment. Watch this. So Adamo, who was hanging on to 8th place. De Wolf down the inside of Muse. Muse found his way back past, but positions have been reversed since then. De Wolf now back into 8th place. Muse 9, Adamo, bottom of the hill in 10th. So a lap and a half to go for these guys. The Hitachi KTM rider, fueled by Milwaukee, chasing the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, number 74. Even if you go outside, it's difficult to get that double coming out of that turn. The new addition to the track. Again, just switching things up a little bit. Just like this uphill climb here with the step up. You don't quite get the distance there if you go too tight. But riders spinning up on the first incline there. Meanwhile, the injured number 28, Tom Vialle, riding through the pain barrier because of that injured foot, being closed on by Jed Beaton as the one-lap board goes out to Rene Hofer. Can Vialle hang on to 4th, though? Jed Beaton goes into the last lap, charging after Tom Vialle. Thibaut Beneston right on his case as well. He's done well to bridge the gap of 45.3 for the Monster Energy Yamaha rider there, the 198. The only rider in the top 6 in the 145 zone. Not sure if Peter knows, the gap has been reduced so rapidly. Here's Maxime Renault. So Thibaut Beneston. Charging downhill for the final time. Vialle, Beaton, Beneston. This is 4th, 5th and 6th. Gets out of the line, and Wilson Todd closing in 7th place as well. He just set the fastest first sector of the race. He goes after the Frenchman Beneston. Not going to make the pass through there. He may have another option behind pit lane, but he's already lost ground on the uphill. Jed Beaton also closing down the gap, but Renee Hoffer wins a light bus as you wait years for him to come along, and 2 come along at once. Back-to-back wins for the Austrian as he wins race 1 here. 2nd for Maxime Renault, strengthening his case for a first world title. 3rd, Fernandez. 4th will be Vialle. Beaton 5th, Beneston 6th. That's how it finishes here in Garda. Wilson Todd 7 as he crosses the line. Kaido Wolf 8, just ahead of Conrad Muse. And then Adamo should be 10th and is. Langenfelder 11, Brian Sue should be 12th. But a battered and bruised and hard fighting Jago Geerts musters 13th place after that hard crash on the opening lap. Maintains 2nd place in the championship, 6 points clear of Tom Vialle as we head into race 2. Just waiting for Filippo Zonta, Gerard Concost, Emilio Scuteri and Paul Harberland to get over the line, and Harberland picking up his first points, I believe, in 20th place. Didn't score any last year. Picks up a point. In fact, he's just been pipped on the line by Jan Panzer. So Harberland's points will have to wait for another race. Anyway, here's Lisa with our 2-time race winner now, Renee Hoffer.
Renee Hoffer, congratulations. You wait all year for a race win, 2 come along at once. Clearly riding confidence after your GP victory.
Yeah, for sure. The win on Wednesday helped a lot. Yeah, everything's going a bit easier than in the beginning of the season, you know. I just have more confidence, and also the starts are working. So, yeah, I'm super pumped. 2 wins in a row. That's quite exciting times for me right now. And yeah, thanks to the whole team, and I really will enjoy the second moto also.
Good luck for that. Thank you.
Rene Hofer, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Wins race 1, leads all 19 laps. All of a sudden, the Austrian has come alive in MX2. Can he do it again in race 2, though, and make it back-to-back wins as well? Rene Hofer, your winner here. MX2 race 1 in Garda. Official confirmation then of MX2 race 1 here, the MXGP of Garda. Rene Hofer wins it by 5 seconds over Maxime Renaux. Ruben Fernandez third. And then we have Tom Vialle, Jed Beaton, Thibaut Beneston and Wilson Todd. Kaider Wolf running at the top 8, ahead of Conrad Muse and Andrea Adamo. Simon Langenfelder faded to 11th in the end, ahead of Brian Su. Good ride for the German. Jago Geerts, 13th, was about 2.5 seconds down on the number 81 by the time the flag fell. Mikkel Harup, Michael Sandner, Pierre Goupillon, Filippo Zonta, Gerard Congost, Emilio Scateri and Jan Panzer. Fans enjoyed it. We enjoyed it as well. And good to see Geiser Corner well stocked this weekend for the final round of this Trentino trilogy. Can't wait for that race either. So as they get their breath and the start gets ripped, take a look at what happened a few moments ago. Here's highlights of MX2 race 1. The gate dropped, MX2 race 1. Tom Vialle got off to a flyer, probably grabbed the foxhole shot as well, he did. But it was Rene Hofer who rounded out turn 2 ahead of everybody else. Hofer led, Baudin second. Jago Geerts quickly into third with that move on Vialle. But second and third would have a problem halfway round the opening lap. Vialle got passed by Maxime Renaux, who moved into 4th there, but the battle between second and third here, Baudin in orange, got across to the outside, tagged with Jago Geerts, who just gathered momentum over the crest. Those two went out spectacularly. Jago Geerts would eventually get back to 13th. Ruben Fernandez was a hard charger. He made that move on Langenfelder to move into 5th position. Langenfelder on the ropes, because then Beneston also closed down the door, moved into 7th. Kaider Wolf not too far behind either, but Andrea Adamo, the fast starting Italian, slipped a gear there. That allowed Beaton to get alongside him, move into 5th. And that's where Beaton would stay. Late stages of the race, the number 70 down the inside of Vialle. Fernandez now up in 3rd place. And Jago Geerts didn't give up either. The 93 on Michael Sandner put him into 13th. That's where he would stay when the checkered flag fell. Beneston, despite that little bobble there on the landing, did eventually force the issue to move past Adamo and into 6th. That's where he would also finish. A late charge from Wilson Todd on the bike at MTX Kawasaki found him in 7th, but no one a match for Rene Hofer. A winner by almost 5 seconds over Maxime Renaux, his 2nd race win in MX2, his 2nd in as many races. The Red Bull KTM rider is absolutely flying. He wins again here in Trentino. Maxime Renaux was 2nd and Ruben Fernandez 3rd. Take a look at the foxhole shot, shall we? And is there any surprise as to who? Number 28. Foxhole shot number 18 in the books for Tom Vialle as Peter Pollock fell in turn 1. Mattia Guadagnini, who didn't finish race 1, is next on 3. And then Maxime Renaux, Thibaut Beneston, Jago Geerts, Simon Langenfelder all have 2 each. Kaider Wolf and Rene Hofer with the 1. Right, we'll grab a bit of breath here. take a look at some of the best moments and atmospheric shots from that first MX2 race, shall we? Some of the best moments from MX2 Race 1. Join us in about 3.5 minutes' time. When we return, it will be for MXGP Race 1. We'll see that.